Hello, huge movie fanatic Nate, stopping on by to give a brief, actually this is the first time I'm doing a trailer review for a full moon movie, but it's Friday, July something or other, and the actual, like the final trailer for Puppet Master Axis Termination came out, and oh my gosh. Oh geez, I mean the trailer for Access, was the second one Rising? Access Rising was actually cool because it did this like guitar version of like I think I want to say and so that trailer was actually kind of cool because of that, but this trailer is like, oh my gosh. See, when Charles Band was doing like the first one, which was Axis of Evil, I think, and the second one was Axis Rising, and now the third one's Axis Termination. When he did the first two, I think there was some flack and stuff in whatever. I mean, there hasn't been any like stop motion in a Puppet Master movie since 5, is what it boils down to. And if there was, it's just recycled footage used from one of the older movies. So basically, he's like, I don't know if he felt pressure to do stop motion, but anyway, when they were filming Access Termination, I want to say it was this year, like early this year, like January or something, in video zones or video, oh, those are the old things, vidcasts, he was on YouTube, online, he was saying that they're actually going to try to have better puppet effects and stuff in this movie with stop motion and better rod puppetry and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, okay, that's cool. And I think Charles Band, which I think is kind of crappy these days. Of course, I guess you can't, blame him if there's people stupid enough to give money to him. But he does all this stuff where he's like, basically asks for money to finance his films now, which is kind of lame in my opinion. And depending on how much you spend, you can get executive producer credit, or even be like a extra or some kind of crap if you give them enough money. So I mean, I was actually thinking, whatever. I mean, buyer beware, I guess, in that aspect. But so he was actually saying we're going to try to raise a little bit more money for this one so we can actually have some stop motion and better puppet effects. And I was like, oh wow, he's actually kind of, making an effort or planning to make an effort. And, as we all know, talk is cheap. So the movie was actually tentatively scheduled back then, like in January or February, to come out in April. Well, that came and went, and then by the time April arrived, then they were saying August, which is looking like that's when it's actually going to come out. And although he did say it might come out first as a several part thing on fullmoonstreaming.com, of course, to try to get people to sign up for that, and then later released as a DVD and Blu-ray. So I don't know when the actual DVD and Blu-ray is coming out. Maybe that's not even until later. But at the end of the day, the trailer shows no evidence of any stop motion. It looks like a stop motion tunneler shot, but I want to say that's from Puppet Master 3. I don't think there's any stop motion in the trailer that's new. There's these lame shots of which look to me to be people in Puppet Master costumes green screened into shots of the ground to make it look like they're puppets running on the ground, when it actually looks like a guy in a Blade costume and a guy in a tunneler costume just walking, and then green screened onto the ground. So it's kind of weird, because for the artwork for Access Rising, Puppet Master Access Rising, there's a shot of Blade on the cover which always looked to me like a guy in a Blade outfit, like a drawing of a guy in a Blade outfit. It looked like to me, and when I saw the cover, I was like, not that it mattered because the movie's going to suck anyway, but I was always like, oh god, did they got a guy in a Blade outfit in this movie? And I don't think they had a guy in a Blade outfit in Access Rising, but it looks like it very well could be a guy in a Blade and maybe tunneler outfit in Access Termination, like made to look like they're puppets. So I don't know if that's what Charles Band thinks is going to pass for stop motion. I don't know what the hell's going on with this trailer. Very underwhelming, obviously. Just a combination of just nonsensical shots which are just make you kind of go, what the hell is going on and what the hell is this? There's actually a guy in the movie who looks like a prominently featured, who has been in real movies in the past, like Seven and all other kind of movies and stuff. So his prime must be over, and now he's relegated to being in Puppet Master Access Termination, but yeah, very unimpressive trailer. Like I say, I mean, I guess I kind of want to get this on down the line. Maybe I can't remember when their next sale is. Do they have a Christmas sale? I don't know. But obviously, I don't want to pay any more than like $10.95 for the Blu-ray of this. And ridiculously enough, I do still, even after watching the trailer, I do still plan to buy this sometime down the line at a reduced, non-full price, and then I can, obviously review it or whatever. But in closing, I don't know, it's funny how I say, yes, I'm still going to buy it, and then I say, well, this trailer just sucks, and it's going to be, whatever, 80, 70 minutes of just absolute nonsense bullshit. But, there's always a sense of curiosity, and, well, how stupid can it be? And, of course, Full Moon these days keeps topping themselves with the stupidity level, and they're continually outdoing themselves in that regard. So, as I said, no, from what I can see, there's no evidence of any stop motion in this trailer, or any new stop motion, we'll put it that way. So, if you can, it's now on YouTube, the trailer's now on YouTube to watch, check it out. If you can, Puppet Master Access Termination, if you can see an instance where there's some new stop motion not previously featured in a previous installment of a Puppet Master movie, let me know. But and also let me know about there's two shots in this trailer where it looks like people in puppet costumes, basically green screened into a shot of a floor or something. So let me know what you think of that, if that's what it looks like to you, because that's what it looks like to me. So there's my review and thoughts on the trailer for Puppet Master Access Termination. It's really a shame what's happened to these movies since, the first one came out in 1990. But, I mean, it's inevitable. I mean, obviously you've got, very little means to work with. And what's really sad is, like, the puppets, don't even look like, I don't know, you think they could get someone to make puppets that look like the puppets from the first several movies. Blade looked so freaking cool in the first movie, it's just like, wow. And now, I mean, the puppets look worse than the replicas that they're offering for sale on their website. It's just like, at the minimum, use the replicas, Oh, so anyway, that's my thoughts on Puppet Master Access Termination. I don't know if this is supposed to be the last Puppet Master movie or what, but it may as well be, because holy Toledo. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.